You've added stand-up comic to your repertoire. How did that happen?
Well, you know, I was minding my own business, and no, it was really surreal. My first experience like being on camera was on. Can I say Game of Thrones here? Are you allowed to say Game?
Okay.
So my first experience being on camera was this series called Game of Thrones. It was a recap of Game of Thrones, and that was like the first time I'd ever been on camera. And after the first season of that, Margaret Cho, who was like my first comedic idol, like I just have always loved her so much.
Margaret Cho is
Margaret Cho, you guys. So she comes through on Twitter. And she's like, "What do I got to do to get in the chair of Game of Thrones?" And I was like, "Is this a fever dream? Like I can't. I mean, I've always loved her."
Right.
And so then when she did Game of Thrones, it was like 2014. She was like, "You were meant to be a stand-up comedian." And I said, "Honey, I was meant to be your hairdresser. Do you have one in LA?" And she was like, "No." She just moved back to LA from Atlanta, where she'd been doing Drop Dead Diva, and so I got to become her hairdresser. And then through years of that relationship and that mentorship, she was finally like, "You gotta try." So she like let me come with her a few times, and then she's encouraged me to like get up and do some like open mics and some little 5-minute sets and 10-minute sets.
Scarier, right? Super
It
scary.
was, but now I'm like on my 3rd international tour. I've like written like hours and hours of comedy. Like I'm just really proud. I've come a long way.
But JVN is good at everything.